In married life, the desire to have a child is not only the desire of the couple but also the invisible pressure from family and society. When those expectations become an obsession, it can turn love into tragedy, and happiness is gradually replaced by suspicion and conflict. But, do you know that sometimes not having children is not just sadness, but can also lead to the most unpredictable and devastating consequences? Hello everyone. In this video, we will explore a haunting story that happened in the suburbs of Ghaziabad, India, where dark secrets are buried under the surface of a seemingly ordinary life. A young woman suddenly disappeared without a trace, and 2 days later her body was found in a large suitcase hidden under the gloomy bushes. This murder case did not stop at the loss of a life but also brought to light horrifying secrets that shocked the whole family and the community. Who is the real culprit? What has driven a family into a never-ending nightmare? Join us as we explore this haunting case where horrifying truths are revealed one by one. The victim of the case was Anna, an Indian woman of about 25 years old. Anna was born and raised in a small village near the outskirts of Jaipur, India, in a poor working-class family. She was the youngest of 3 children. Anna's parents were Kesh and Sunita. Both worked in a local handicraft factory, weaving carpets and garments. Although her family lived a simple life, it was filled with love and solidarity among its members. Anna was always the hope of her family, with the dream of one day being able to escape poverty and bring a better life to her parents. From a young age, Anna proved to be an intelligent, studious, and hard-working girl. She always spent time helping her parents with manual labor after school, and tried her best to study well to live up to her family's expectations. However, her studies did not last long because her family could not afford to send her to higher education. After graduating from high school, Anna was forced to put her dream of going to university on hold to help support her family. At the age of 18, Anna started working at a garment factory near her home to earn money to help her parents. During her time at the factory, Anna faced many hardships, from harsh working conditions to family financial pressure, but she never gave up hope for a brighter future. Despite her difficult life, Anna always kept an optimistic spirit. She often confided in her mother that she wanted to find a good husband to build a happy family together, and especially to avoid the family conflict she had witnessed as a child. Anna's parents always encouraged and hoped that their daughter could escape from a life of hard work and find true happiness. When she turned 23, Anna moved to a larger textile factory in Ghaziabad, hoping for a stable job and better pay. There she met Anil, a young man from a similar background who also worked in the factory. Anil and Anna quickly bonded over their shared outlook on life and simple dreams. Anil, 27, was born and raised in Ghaziabad, an industrial city near Delhi, India. Anil is the only son of Amit, a simple working man, and Meera, a gentle, hard-working woman. Anil grew up in a working-class family where everyone had to work hard to make a living. Anil's childhood was not very peaceful, but he always felt the love and sacrifice of his parents. Anil was not a brilliant student but worked hard, and immediately after graduating from high school, he decided not to continue his studies and went to work to help his family. Anil started working as a worker in a local textile factory where he became a skilled worker through his constant efforts. Anil was a gentle, quiet, and responsible man who always tried to fulfill his duties. And with her pretty appearance and sociable personality, Anna quickly attracted the attention of many people, but she was attracted to Anil. Anil's simplicity and sincerity at first made them just normal colleagues. But after many conversations and helping each other at work, their feelings gradually became closer. Anil often took advantage of his lunch break to sit and chat with Anna. He listened to her talk about her family, her hardships, and her small dreams of a peaceful life. Anna also found in Anil a soulmate, always ready to listen and share. They both shared family worries, financial pressures, and a desire to escape the hard work life. One day, Anil boldly asked Anna out for a walk after work. That evening, under the dim streetlights of the city, they shared their happy and sad stories in life, from childhood memories to current worries. That simple but emotional first date was the beginning of a beautiful and sincere love story between 2 ordinary working people. Anil and Anna's love grew through simple yet meaningful dates. They often went out for simple dinners at roadside stalls, shared homemade lunchboxes at work, or simply walked home together after a long, tiring day. After a year of dating, Anil decided to propose to Anna. That evening, he prepared a small dinner at home with candles and flowers, everything he could afford. Anil hesitantly took out the small ring that he had been saving for months to buy. Anna burst into tears when Anil proposed, not because of the extravagance or surprise, but because of his sincere feelings and his tireless efforts for her. The two decided to get married shortly after. With a simple but cozy wedding in their hometown, attended only by their family and a few close friends, their wedding, although not grand, was filled with laughter and blessings from those around them. Anil and Anna officially became husband and wife, building a small home together with the hope of a better future. Soon after, Anil and Anna got married. The seemingly peaceful and happy life of the young couple was suddenly interrupted by a major incident. Anna's mother-in-law, Meera, suddenly passed away due to a heart attack. Meera's passing not only left a huge void in Anil's heart but also placed a heavy mental burden on Anna, who had just become a member of the family. Mrs. Meera was a gentle, thoughtful woman, and was always the spiritual pillar of the whole family. She took care of Anil from childhood to adulthood, was the one who kept the fire burning in the house, and always advised Anil on how to treat his wife well after he got married. Anna respected her mother-in-law very much and always considered her as her second mother. She often confided in and received valuable advice from Mrs. Meera, especially when she first came to her husband's house. Mrs. Meera's sudden departure was a great shock to the whole family. As for Anna, she was not only grieving the loss of a kind mother-in-law, but also feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. She tried to comfort her husband, care for her father-in-law, and keep things running smoothly at home. Anna knew that her family needed her more than ever, and she worked hard to be Anil's emotional support. Every day Anna woke up early to prepare breakfast, clean the house, and encourage her husband to move on, even though her heart was heavy after Meera's death. The family was left with only 3 members: Amit, Anil, and Anna. Her passing left a huge void, leaving the family in a state of silence and distance. Despite being married for 2 years, Anil and Anna still had no children. Both of them tried everything, from visiting doctors to using folk remedies, but they did not get the expected results. Pressure from their families and reminders from people around them only made the situation more tense. Anna's inability to have children made the atmosphere in the house even heavier. Mr. Amit, though not saying it directly, showed a cold attitude towards Anna, making the relationship between the two increasingly distant. He often avoided direct contact and tended to silently blame his daughter-in-law for not having children yet. The absence of a child is not only a personal sorrow for Anil and Anna, but also creates an invisible distance between the family members. Although life goes on, conflicts and simmering suspicions gradually accumulate during this time. Due to health issues, Anna decided to quit her job at the textile factory. She stayed home to take care of her family and focused on finding another job that was more suitable for her current health condition. During this time, Anna spent time taking care of Mr. Amit while continuing to hope to improve her health so that she could soon have children, as both husband and wife wished. During the time when Anna took a medical leave of absence and stayed home to look for a new job, the tensions within the family increased. Amit, frustrated that 2 years had passed without Anna and Anil having children, frequently criticized the couple for not having one. The relationship between Amit and Anna became increasingly strained, especially when he expressed dissatisfaction and disdain whenever the topic of children was discussed. The morning after Anil had gone to work, Amit called Anna aside for a private conversation in the quiet of their home. He brought up the fact that they had no grandchildren, calling it a failure on both sides. Amit blamed Anil, saying that his son was not capable of getting Anna pregnant. Then, surprisingly, he said that if Anil could not do it, he would do it for him. Anna was shocked by the disgusting words, but before she could react, Mr. Ahmet had violently dragged her into the bedroom. Anna tried to resist, but Mr. Ahmet used his strength to overpower her. He forced her into a brutal act in the very house she had considered a safe place. Anna was completely helpless before her father-in-law's brutal humiliation and could not escape his control. The incident happened quietly, but with a compulsion that turned the house into a haunting place for Anna. After the first assault, Anna continued to be abused by Mr. Ahmet many times after that. He took advantage of the time when Anil was at work to control and abuse her. Whenever Anna tried to resist or avoid him, Mr. Ahmet became more violent. He not only forced her but also beat and threatened her, leaving Anna in extreme fear. The abuse became more severe after that. Anna was gradually drawn into a spiral of absolute control from her father-in-law. Whenever Mr. Ahmet approached her, she could do nothing but endure because any resistance led to physical and mental violence from him. On March 9, 2022, Anna suddenly disappeared under mysterious circumstances. That morning, Anil went to work as usual while Anna stayed at home, showing no signs of anything unusual. However, when Anil returned in the afternoon, he could not find his wife and could not contact her. Anil thought that Anna might have gone out to meet friends or find a new job, but when Anna still did not return by evening, he began to worry. Anil alerted his relatives and called places where Anna might be, but no one had seen her. Anna's sudden disappearance left Anil and his family bewildered, not knowing what had happened. The next day, Anil reported his wife missing to the police, and an urgent search was launched on March 11th. On March 22nd, a shocking discovery rocked the outskirts of Ghaziabad. Anna's body was found inside a large suitcase hidden under old silver sheets in the bushes near a textile factory. The body showed signs of light decomposition, indicating that she had died about 2 days earlier. Police quickly arrived at the scene, cordoned off the area, and launched an urgent investigation. After Anna's body was found in the suitcase, police began investigating. Initially, they theorized that it could have been a robbery or rape that led to murder. The marks on the body, along with the location of the discovery in a bushy area, led them to suspect that the victim may have been attacked by an unknown assailant. However, new evidence soon emerged. The autopsy revealed a crucial detail. A small amount of semen was found in Anna's uterus, indicating that she had been sexually abused before her death. This was a major breakthrough in the case, helping to narrow down the search for the killer. DNA analysis of the semen was the next step in identifying the killer. The forensic examination continued to shock when it was discovered that the 2-month-old fetus in Anna's womb did not match the DNA of her husband Anil. This result left Anil even more confused and distressed as to what had happened to his wife. The police turned their investigation to the possibility that Anil had discovered his wife's infidelity and killed her in a fit of rage. Anil quickly became the prime suspect. The police interrogated him and checked his alibi for the time of the crime. However, through a thorough investigation and confirmation from colleagues and security cameras, Anil proved that he had no direct involvement in Anna's death. With a clear alibi, Anil was released. But the truth about the complicated relationship surrounding his wife's death sent him into crisis, and the case became more difficult for the police. During the subsequent investigation, the police realized that many details of the case were suspicious. One of the suspicious points was that the incident happened in a familiar environment near the victim's home, and there were no signs of forced entry or robbery. This led the police to start considering the possibility that the perpetrator was someone close to Anna. The police frequently visited Anil and Anna's home to continue the investigation. They noticed that Anna's father-in-law, Amit, was behaving strangely whenever the case was brought up. His evasiveness, cold demeanor, and inconsistent answers aroused the police's suspicions. Based on these details, the police decided to summon Amit for questioning and conduct a psychological test. Through the investigation and struggle, the police decided to conduct a DNA test from the semen remaining in Anna's uterus. The analysis results showed a horrifying truth. The DNA from the semen and the DNA of the fetus matched Mr. Ahmet. This was undeniable evidence indicating that Mr. Ahmet was the person who sexually abused Anna and was the father of the fetus she was carrying. Faced with clear evidence and under pressure from the police, Mr. Ahmet was forced to confess and recount the entire incident. He admitted to repeatedly abusing and raping his daughter-in-law when Anil was not at home. Mr. Ahmet stated that on the day of the incident, after Anil left for work, he and Anna had a heated argument. Anna threatened to tell her husband everything he had done to her during that time. Threatened and fearing that his dark secret would be exposed, Mr. Ahmet flew into a rage. In a fit of rage, he continued to brutally abuse Anna despite her resistance and screams. After committing the depraved act, Mr. Ahmet did not stop but strangled Anna to death in order to silence her forever and conceal his crime. He calmly dragged Anna's body into the bedroom, stuffed her in a large suitcase, and hid it in a bushy area near the textile factory where he knew few people would pass by after disposing of the victim's body. He returned home and cleaned up the crime scene thoroughly, erasing any traces that could expose his crime. When Anil returned home in the evening, Mr. Hamid appeared calm and lied that Anna had been out since morning and did not know where she had gone. He continued to maintain his calm demeanor and pretended that nothing had happened, leaving Anil unsuspecting of his father's horrific actions. All traces of the crime were carefully covered up, until the police investigated and exposed the truth after collecting sufficient evidence and a confession. From Mr. Hamid, the police officially arrested him on charges of sexual abuse, murder, and disposing of a body. The incident shocked the public because of its brutality and the heartbreaking truth about what happened in the Anil and Anna family. The abuse and murder of a father-in-law by his daughter-in-law has caused outrage in the community and calls for a harsh sentence for the perpetrator. The trial took place in late 2022 in a Ghaziabad court. The horrific details of Ahmet's abuse, violence, and murder were made public. Ahmet pleaded guilty to all charges after the evidence was presented. His defense lawyer tried to reduce his sentence by citing poor health and mental instability, but this was not accepted. The prosecutor stressed the brutal and inhuman nature of the case, saying that Ahmet had not only violated family ethics, but had also committed a very serious crime and should be punished accordingly. Testimonies from Anil and other witnesses further clarified the suffering that Anna had endured before her murder. Finally, the court sentenced Mr. Ahmet to death, ending a tragic case but leaving behind endless pain for those involved, especially Anil, who had just lost his wife and had to face the bitter truth about his father's crimes. The sentence was not only a punishment for Mr. Ahmet but also a warning about the tragedies that can happen even in a seemingly peaceful family. The case has been closed with a harsh sentence for Mr. Ahmet, but questions about the underlying cause of this tragedy still remain, leaving much for the community to ponder. Was Anil really the one who was unable to help his wife get pregnant, leading to Mr. Ahmet taking advantage of the situation to commit cruel acts? Or did the long days of loneliness after losing his wife cause Mr. Ahmet to lose control of himself, leading to abusing his daughter-in-law? There may be other underlying causes, from the breakdown of family relationships, the pressure of not having children, to Mr. Ahmet's distorted thinking. This is not just a story about a murder, but also a lesson about disconnection and lack of understanding in the family, leading to unpredictable consequences. What do you think about this case? What do you think is the real reason that pushed this family into tragedy? Please share your opinion in the comments section below so we can discuss and better understand the hidden corners behind this heartbreaking incident.